Oh, let's activate another character. We can have more of them. I'm about to work on it. So as we see both of them. They have different material than any of the objects. The difference is that if we choose terrain, this is some material. The second part of the material is the scale, and obviously terrain have no scaling for the materials, it's just scale 1. It also use different paths in the shader because it is a static part of the map, pre-calculated. All other things like those dynamic objects like doors or tractors, they have some transformation, otherwise calculating rotation in GameMaker vertex buffer, it just takes a long time. As we see, these characters have a material number 100, so there is just pass through the colors. And 10 is about the lines. As we see, they're more detailed. So the scale of the lines is 10 times smaller. We see details here and on the wall. Obviously, it's not the big difference if we zoom in because it is just generative, but the size of those lines is corresponding to those small parts we see here. Let's see how it looks inside the shader. So, graphic control, and those are those lines. So they are used for drawing everything. This is a vertex buffer normal. This is a normal adjusted by a shader to make some details or stuff or like that. I'm not sure if this is completely correct normal. Maybe it is exaggerated a bit. But as we see, they're kind of similar. But noise is necessary because otherwise it looks too clean. And those one, there are lines, red, green, blue channel, to draw our lines that are most visible. The lines shader, so like lightning, on. Just because I cannot work with things that are completely dark to make. It works for some games, but I'm just tired of selecting higher gamma just to see what I'm playing. So I need a bit more colorful game that is. So this is our lines for shader, and those lines are used to exaggerate those we see here. So this works mostly on the normal. So we exaggerated the normal difference and depth difference. There is a layer that calculating here. So if we choose here, there is a distance from camera. It should be distance from camera, position 0. So there is 758 and here is 15. So our shader that is hidden here. No, this is the blur. Outline. It's using these values for calculating outlines. Turn it off, on, and manipulate threshold. give some threshold. Lines if under this threshold, so not pixel 92 and 58 will not trigger this kind of line, it triggers only normal difference. Go back to the usage of this. This one did it for daily use. This is just a multiplier for something. It does something. But it is a high pass filter for something inside the shader, and there is not very useful. Or it is just decreasing some drawing. After some tweaking things, when the shader gives correct results, most of the shaders with outline use those values. Filter divider. Okay. It is filtering our lines. Bigger lines, small lines. It is used only for those small objects that have material with multiplier. For all other, we can turn outlines on and off. The same values are taken also for editor. Let's off editor. So we can select things. If we turn off this shader, oh, it still works. Oh, I made it independently, but we change line thickness. We can, it works on the both shaders. We can select line thickness. It can disappear almost. This shader is responsible for that. Settings. Shader itself is just outlines the geometry. What more we have? Sound position, have also shade mix. So we can mix shading, like this what you expect from this one what you expect from dot product of normals to the sun direction, which is calculated here. So we can mix them, and we can mix them over one, so it will be very, very dark. Up to absurdity. So there we have it, colors very bright, and where we don't have is very dark. I don't like it, but obviously it is in the shader because it is somewhere. What is more interesting here, sound position I shown previously, there is no change there. I thought something about swapping colors, but let's turn on the grid. So we have a grid shader. Now they can be shifted, so we can shift them to measure something where we want to measure. Move it up, down, right, left. It is mostly for making measurements. Back. And let's make it different. Let's make something stupid. So we change spacing to 0. Or 1, something like that. Spacing 1, we have everything blue. Now the other lines, which are y-axis, we have everything very blue, cyan. And now we are moving spacing x, because it is white. We're gonna have everything white. And this is what we have. And we can play in this mode. This is funny. We can try. So now we play on the white paper. Game works exactly the same, just we have a different set. Not color. So I'm about to swap textures. I already prepared files for this. They exist in the project. Just didn't swap this mine texture that is used for everything for now. But the shader is prepared to use different textures. This mine texture is just exemption. And if this texture occur, so the shader perform easily on it without reloading or something like that, but object can have its own texture. They have, but I'm currently using only that one. It wasn't so in the beginning. There are some objects that are using different textures. I think pointers are using some pointers there with older solution. Wall that is invisible because we are inside the wall. So everything works as expected, just it is everything kind of interesting. Weak in the game. Now everything. But normals works as previously, so it is shading something and it just looks different. And that is most about things. Oh, we just goes to the geometry. As I said, we have only 4 colliders around us, or 6. So there are some geometries we can go through. If we speed up enough with the precision 5 that is in the game, and we can fall through some kinds of geometry. I can show example somewhere there, because we put specific angles, it is the great chance that they're gonna force us down and up, and they cannot resolve because colliders are too thin. So I think this is a good place. Yep, this is a good spot. So if we make too dense geometry that goes against each other, we can force this behavior. I can just put more colliders on the guy, as we see it trying to catch. Let us see on the geometry, collider, no geometry. Oh, all colliders are white. But this is the situation we have. So if we find a good spot where we have a floor and a collider, we can just get inside the geometry. We are now on the colliders. So, and just interesting stuff in the shader. Read off. Usual. Missing. So this is most things I did. So now there will be spawning object inside the game, like level editor. I will also change the size of the, let's say, room. Now it is 4000 by 4000, which, as we see on the mine camera, is gigantic, and it should be a bit smaller. So this level, it should be 3 by 3 by 3000 or 2 by 2, something like that. And other parts of the terrain should be uploaded. Geometry shall be updated when we cross the line. So loading screen. For now, calculating the geometry takes around 9 seconds. If there be time smaller, so it will take. They are just gigantic arrays in the memory, around 3 gigabits of collider. Yep, that's all.